Little Sareko, how do you do? Hello, 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 hello.
Do you ever get tired of the number of people who tell you that you're loved from the ages of 8 to 80? Like that's what everybody says about you.
Well, no, it's nice to be told that because I haven't always been told these nice things. It's only in, I think, when I've now got older and become a sort of grandfather to
Yeah.
everyone, that I get a lot of affection. So I suppose there's something about being a grandfather, even. So it has something to do maybe with being more widely read
Yeah.
and also getting to look more like Mr. Pickwick.
Yeah, you have a huge fascination with Dickens, which while I was reading your autobiography, I picked up on.
You're right, and I read a lot of Dickens when I was at school, and then when from the time I was 12 on. In fact, starting with David Copperfield, which influenced me in that David, as a boy, runs away from home, and then he grows up and becomes a writer. So I ran away from home, but didn't stay away too long because I soon ran out of pocket money. And I grew up and became a writer. Not a writer with the stature of Dickens, but anyway.
But in this book, for instance, I got to know that you had never actually met your grandfather.
Yes.
Like you'd.
Yeah, I invented him.
Yeah, and that's.
I wish I'd had a grandfather, and
Yeah.
so I said, well, why not I invent one?
Yeah.
And give him all these strange animals and
Yeah.
pets. My real granny was not the homely cake making granny that I write about. She
Yeah.
was actually quite strict.
Dera granny.
Dera granny.
Yes.
And the other was the Calcutta granny. And both of them actually thought I was a pretty nasty, wicked boy. So, and they were probably right.
So when you were writing it, were you ever scared that now you're finally giving this away? Like,
Yes, well, never mind, because I suppose a lot of writers, I mean, do fictionalize. If you want to write a story, and it originates in something that actually happened to you.
Yeah.
But in order to make it a good story, an effective story, you maybe have to change things around.
Yeah.
But now that I admit it or confess to it, well, one has to, at least in a autobiography, be honest with oneself as far as possible, and therefore, if you're honest to yourself, you'll be honest to others.
you write a lot for children, of course, but as we find out while we're reading your autobiography, you had a pretty lonely childhood. Like you constantly talk about not being able to find firm friends.
Yes,
So how
it
did
took
you?
me time.
Yeah.
I think it was because I lost my father early
Yeah.
when I was 10, and then it took some time to adapt to the new home, my mother and stepfather in Dehradun. And since their interests were pretty well different to those that I was had been growing up with, since I was really into things like books and films, and they were into shikar parties and hunting. So I sort of was more or less left to my own devices.
Yeah.
It probably helped me as a writer later on, that lonely
All the
childhood.
experiences.
But then as I grew older and in school and elsewhere, I found I could make friends quite easily if I wanted to. Over the years also had a small adopted family grow around
Yeah.
me. So I'm not the recluse that some people imagine me to be.
Yeah. So what was your favorite thing to write about in the autobiography? Something that you really wanted to write about and you finally managed to put it out there?
Okay, I hadn't thought of that. Nobody's asked me that question.
Yeah.
I think maybe discovering for the first time in an intimate way the natural world around me. When having gone in to make a home up in the hills and this small cottage in the forest. So for the first year or so, I was always exploring around it and discovering, new plants, trees, and wildflowers and creatures that live there. And house itself, and it was an old one, so it was. I don't. I write ghost stories, but I don't actually experience them. But I am very good at imagining them, so I would people it with ghosts.
And so, if I could ask you, what was the most difficult part to write? Like maybe the most poignant part, or something that really took something out of you when you were writing it?
Well, I wanted, to be honest, say when I wrote about being in love with Wu, and this
Vietnamese girl,
and how I realized after some time that she didn't want to see me.
Yeah, you write that in where you say that right now I will be a stalker.
And I said, what? Yeah, I was. And I think looking back on that time, I was in danger of becoming a stalker. And I suppose it could happen to anyone. But so I wanted at least to be honest about it. Instead of just saying, she went away or something like that. And I suppose it could happen to anyone. But so I wanted at least to be honest about it.